And that poses the question. So Minecraft just hit $1 billion, or it didn't. It will hit $1 billion probably in the next 2 or 3 weeks. The question then goes, with the remaining movies for this year, what will be the next one to do it? As I just made in a previous point with families, it's like, could Train Your Dragon do it?
I think it's very possible. People like that series a lot. People love that. I mean, if Mark Riley was here, he'd probably tell you 100% yes.
He
because
would.
He loves that series.
Because he'd spend $1 billion on it.
He would absolutely spend $1 billion on it. But yeah, I mean, I think that's probably the next one that has a shot at doing it. That's a family-friendly film, 100%.
The only reason I think it won't, I
Yeah.
think they're doing it between the 600 to 800 range. The reason I don't think it will is because of what we were just talking about in the previous story, is that this thing became an event.
Yeah.
It became an event. And I think that the event portion of what it did, and people going to the theaters, having fun and doing all that stuff, and the word of mouth that started to spread about how much fun it was. It's one of those things that just kind of happened, right?
Yeah.
Because no one could have guessed that was going to be a thing.
Yeah.
I don't think that makes $1 billion. I think Superman's got a shot. I think Avatar definitely makes $1 billion.
Fantastic Four has a shot. I think if it's as good as Marvel thinks it is, I think it absolutely has a shot.
Shot, yes, but I don't think it does. If I was going to say the two guarantees that I'm slapping money down in Vegas,
Okay.
and not even guarantee. The one guarantee I'm going to do is Avatar. That's my guarantee.
Yeah.
I feel like you can only bet one movie for the whole year. What is it? It's Avatar.
Okay.
My gamble is Superman.
Okay.
My gamble is Superman, because if I leave going, I don't know, I can see that. I can see that happening, but I could also see myself going, that movie's going to make $1 billion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it really just depends on what happens afterward, like the magic behind it.
Yeah.
And if there's magic behind this movie, it makes $1 billion. So those are the two that I pick, and there could be more. What do you pick?
I like Avatar. That's an easy bet because Cameron does billions on all of his movies now. Superman, I think, is a real possibility if it's good and all the negative but I mean, seeing the internet already arming up to go after this movie doesn't bode well for it, but we'll see. It may be an X-Men 97 situation where it's so good that it drowns out those voices, and so it makes $1 billion. I think Fantastic Four is in play. And I also think Jurassic World Rebirth is in play, right?
Yes, I would bet on Jurassic World over Superman, to be honest with you. I want Superman to make $1 billion over Jurassic World, but yes, if I take it back. If Jurassic World's good, no, it doesn't have to be good. That's the difference. Superman needs to be good to make $1 billion. Jurassic World can be. I mean, look at the last two Jurassic Worlds, horrendous, and they made
and it made over $1 billion, right?
Because people everywhere want to see dinosaurs.
Right.
That's it.
What about Mando and Grogu? Isn't that at the end of the year?
Next year.
That's next year? Okay.
Next May.
Then let me throw this out.
I have two kids. I have a 7-year-old and a 13-year-old, and they're both learning about money. And for me, I'm always trying to teach them to be responsible with money. Because where do you think kids learn the most about money? Is it their parents, their teachers, or Taylor Swift? No, it's not Taylor Swift. 81% of their kids say parents. 81%. I wish I learned that kind of stuff when I was younger. My dad taught me. I didn't listen as much. I didn't have this kind of idea. And that's what ACORNS does. This episode is sponsored by ACORNS Early. April is Financial Literacy Month, the perfect time to start teaching your kids the value of money. And ACORNS Early make it easy with their smart money app and debit card for kids. ACORNS Early Chores Tracker teaches the kids how hard work does pay off. It sets up tasks in the app, it sets a payment amount, and you tick off the chore when it's done. Easy. Saving goals help kids turn saving into a habit. They can even choose their own target dates and turn on their optional autosave feature to help them get there. It's great because kids need a sense of independence, and they get it when they're spending what they earn with their very own debit card, and they get to choose from 35 plus customizable and designs. Kids can build up their money knowledge and their confidence with bite-sized financial lessons. And the best part is parents can keep track of where and when the kids are spending. You get real-time spend notifications, set your kids' spending limits, and instantly block lost or stolen cards. I love this. It works. has been a game changer for my 13-year-old. She knows, she understands, she's starting to balance when to spend money, how to spend money, how to save money. It has worked. So if you're ready to help your kids grow money skills that'll last a lifetime, head on over to acornsearly.com/Kristian or download the Acorns Early app to get started. Sign up now and your first month is on us. Acorns Early card is issued by Community Federal Savings Bank, member FDIC, pursuant to license by MasterCard International. TNCs apply. Monthly subscription fees starting from $5 per month unless canceled.
Mission Impossible Final Rec. Now I know the last one underperformed, but this one they made for 400. It's probably $400 million. This
needs to make close to that.
So it's got to make $1 billion. And if it's supposedly Tom Cruise's last run as Ethan Hunt, I think that might induce a lot of people. And if it's a good movie, I think it'll induce a lot of people to go. And it could be the first time a Mission Impossible movie makes $1 billion. Tom has that pool.
I don't think it's likely.
Okay.
But I wouldn't be surprised. Because the points you just made. The other point that you didn't make, that I think the reason why it didn't perform last time is because you're right around Oppenheimer and Barbie. I mean, it got nailed by those two movies. And that was just stupid timing on when they put that movie out. So you're not wrong. It needs to make a significant amount of money in order to break even, right?
Yeah.
So, and it is because it's his last movie. And if it's fantastic, I really do hope that it does hit that.
Yeah.
But we're not living in 2018 anymore, like where movies are hitting $1 billion left and right. Maybe the box office bounces back and this year is one of those record breakers. The good news is that last year, I think, was Mario last year or was it 2 years ago?
Mario was 2 years ago.
It was 2 years ago because there was nothing last year until like June. Because I think Inside Out 2 was the one that started it all because we were I remember being on the show with you. The theater was in the shits. And because you had all those movies, it was If and Furiosa and then something else that came out in May, and they all ate shit. And we're like, maybe people don't want to see movies. And then from June on, nobody was having that conversation.
Yeah, and people were worried about Pixar because of Elemental, and they thought, well, even though it did eventually do $1 million, people were still worried about the reactions to the last few Pixar movies, and so I don't think a lot of people expected it to make $1 billion, and then it did, and over $1 billion. So
So there were two. But again, look at the two. Look another movie.
Yeah,
like I said beforehand, you can get those families and get those kids in the theater, and it's a good movie, and people are talking about it. And you got a good shot to make $1 billion.
Let me throw out one more.
Yeah, please.
Possibly. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm saying it's in play. That sequel to Wicked, because of how people are responding, and it's breaking all kinds of numbers, streaming on Peacock right now and on VOD and whatever. Like all these people are catching up to the first one, and I know the first one made less than 500 million, but there's a very real possibility that the second one comes out and it's like a massive thing to watch for people, and it could hit $1 billion. Throwing it out.
I don't think you're crazy for suggesting that. Again, I don't think it happens because I still, like you said, the hype behind that movie was insanity. The amount of people singing those songs, and if I got to hear one more time in my life, I'm going to put my head through a window. But the hype was so crazy, and like you said, it just did 500 million or something along those lines, right? I still think there's a thing with musicals that not everybody wants to go check out in theaters. But that being said, I think it performed significantly better than the first one. I think we're looking at 700 to 800. If it makes $1 billion, though, would I be be shocked? No, I'm more shocked that I don't think there's going to be anything that shocks me in the way that Minecraft is going to shock me.
Yeah.
Right? Nobody would have predicted 1.2 or 3 billion what this thing will eventually do. No one predicted that.
Yeah, I thought it was going to sink like a stone.
Yeah, I thought it had a shot. Yeah. I thought it had a shot, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Okay. So what do you guys think? What movies out there that are coming out for the rest of the year do you believe have a shot to join that $1 billion club? Will Minecraft stand alone? Will it even make it? Avatar, Superman, Jurassic World? Put them out there. What do you think?